Good evening everyone, and welcome to round 3 of the OGLSimRacing Championship. We are here in the desert for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and after the first 2 rounds, Australia and Malaysia dominated by Alex Cooper, it looks like all is going to be repeated again, but let's see who can step up to the plate and spoil his day. It is kind of his championship. Alongside me today, as always, is Florian. How are you doing, Flo?
Hello everyone. Yeah, I'm good. Watching, the practice sessions before. Looks to be quite close between Alex and Luke. So hope we can have a close battle tonight.
Indeed, it was Alex and Luke who were the main people up front in the last race. Luke was the faster of the two, but a few silly mistakes cost him the victory, as the first person to leave the pit lane for qualifying is Alex Cooper. And what we'll do is, we've got a new feature this season, and if I can get my lovely keyboard to work, we've got a new feature this season. It's called Onboard Lap with Florian. There we go. So I'm going to keep quiet now while Flo takes you on a onboard lap with Alex Cooper.
Alright, Alex just finishing his warm-up lap. Last corner onto the main straight now. Yeah, accelerating up to 7th, about 320 k's. Yeah, let's see. Braking into the first corner now. About 190 meters, or at 90 meters. Quite clean. Through turn 2 now, which is quite difficult as it has a slight bump in it, so you can spin around easily. Now into turn 3. A bit sideways, but still okay. Good exit. Now through to sector 1 finish now. Yeah, now onto a quite difficult hairpin. It's downhill and right, so the inside tire locks up quite often there. And now one of the difficultest corners in Formula 1, but he does it all quite nice and clean. Now onto the back straight, roughly 310 kilometers. Braking quite late. Yeah, all nice done by him. Yeah, now the end of sector 2, another quite tricky corner. Braking is always difficult for this one, but he does it all well. And yeah, not much to do now, the last corner. You can only lose in this one and not win anything by braking late, so just need to go through clean, which he's done. And onto the finish straight now, let's see what he does. 28.6. It's okay, I think. I think we aim for low 28. Yeah. Was a good lap, I think.
Yeah, very good lap, but it was Luke that was on a better lap, who was just taken pole from Alex Cooper in the Lotus, and he does a 28.5 after his first run. One thing I did notice, Florian, was that back straight before the final turn was extremely bumpy. Could obviously be just me. So let's have a quick look through the field and see who else is on their laps. Tommy Egan up into P5. Rob. Hopefully we can see a stronger showing from the Ferrari drivers this weekend. As we got Rob now coming towards the end of his lap. Daniel Lovett now leaving the pit lane in the Lotus. He is currently P11, not yet set a time. And we have a couple of... Oh, Daniel just froze that in the pit lane. A couple of new drivers by the looks of it. One of them... Oh no, he's still the same. Sorry, I'm just having a quick flip through. Stewart Grand Prix. So that's one thing we'll have to mention as well. As we just watch the rest of the guys coming through. Luke's just on it in lap, so is Alex Cooper and Joe Moore. They're all getting to the end of their first runs now. Rondorf in P4 in the Ferrari, Tommy Hagen P5, Rob P6, and yeah, who are you expecting for pole, Florian? Another from Alex, or do you think Luke can nick this one?
Yeah, I think Luke was on pole here last year, so yeah, I think he can go for it and take the pole today. But you never know with Alex. Might have something in the backhand, and yeah.
Indeed, yeah, you can never tell these days, but Alex has had a very, very strong start to the season, so you'll be looking to carry that on as somebody's in the lovely wall there with an engine blow up. Who is that? Winsell. Another one I can't say, but yeah, there he is, just stuck in the wall, and he's actually escaped, which means he will not be able to do another lap. Oh, and look at this. Oh, Clincy getting cut off by the Williams driver there, leaving the pit lane. As a nice bunch leave the pits. We've got Joe leaving, now about to start a lap in the Arrows. We'll just cut back to him in a second. Liam Miller's out on track. And is he about to start a lap, or is he just he's in P11, so it looks like he's just finished a lap. Daniel Lovett's just started a lap and takes a lot of curb in turn 1 as he goes up the back straight now towards turn 4. I say turn 4 because that right kink just after turn 2 is counted as a turn for some reason. Bit of pointless corner, but yeah, it's named turn 3, so 7 tenths down then. Sector 1 is Daniel Lovett as he comes to the trickiest part of the track.
One of the Saubers lost at the front.
Yep. Yeah. And cater him off there as well, so bit of distraction there for Daniel. He'll have to lift his gas pedal under the yellow flags, but a lot of pressure for Daniel this race, Florian. He's got a 3-race contract, so that's out today after this race, so if he doesn't impress, I guess the contract won't be renewed.
Yeah, same as for Fleming at Ferrari, but honestly, there's no one else who could replace him right now, so yeah, I think he's got it quite safe.
Yeah. Daniel's a safe bet to rely on now, especially this season. The car seems to suit him more. He had a strong showing in Australia, and he did pretty decent as well in Sepang, so there's no reason to get rid of Daniel as he pops himself up to P7 in the Mercedes with his teammate Alex Cooper in the pit lane. I thought he was just about to start lap, so no. Here's Joe Moore in the Lotus now, only 800ths down on his teammate, going through sector 1, and around he comes now into the double left-hander, climbing uphill. Can get on the power a lot earlier than you think in that one, so yeah, around he goes into the right-hander, and he's dropped a couple of attempts, but he's still on for a good lap, and maybe... Oh, he's backed out of it, is he? Why is he pulling over? He was on course to almost get on par with Alex Cooper, but I'm not sure if he lifted it going down that straight. Very weird lines from Joe Moore, maybe the Irish bug kicking in, but across in P3 he goes. And only half a second, so it's a bit closer than the last 2 races for Joe towards Alex and Luke. Alex Cooper now leaves the pit lane. Here comes Rondorf in the Ferrari. And
yeah, he's heading to the pits.
Yeah, Tommy Hagen up to P5. Great lap there from Tommy in the caterer. Only 1 second down. Kevin Mass in the Red Bull now coming up to the last corner. It looks like he's on it in lap also. Out again goes Daniel Lovett in the Mercedes. Rob's still in the pit lane. Hilbin, I will say, that's his name. Hilbin, it sounds right. Helbin. Yeah, I'll get there one day. Now starting a lap in the Sauber. Through turn 1 and 2 pretty nicely. Turn 3 is easy. If you drop it there, you're not very good. And yeah, around he goes. In the meantime, I've missed, that Luke improved his pole position time to 28.4. Apologies for that, but Sauber drivers messed up this lap already. 8 tenths down in sector 1 and then went wide in turns 7 and 8.
Yeah, I think Alex is on the lap now.
Alex Cooper?
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, down into turn 1 for Alex then. He's got somebody just leaving the pit, distracting. It was his teammate distracting him going into turn 1. Small lock-up from Alex Cooper, but he keeps it together. He's just got a Williams driver letting him pass now. Into turn 4 then for Alex. Into 5, 6, a nice sweeping right, left, right. And I didn't get a sector 1 time, sorry, so we'll just carry on to sector 2. Down into the right-hand airpin for turn 10. A big look-up again there for Alex Cooper. And it looks like this is the first time Alex is going to be pushed for pole, so maybe a few nerves kicking in that Mercedes cockpit as he exits 12 pretty cleanly. And down the back straight for Alex. Into the double left-hander now. Up the hill he goes. And oh, this track is very bumpy in some places. The cars are just bouncing everywhere. But 700ths down only then for Alex Cooper as we go down the final straight or back straight. There's 2 back straights. Weird that. Into the last corner anyway then for Alex Cooper. Tucks his nose in, gets it pretty clean and a good exit as well. Is this going to be pole position lap for now? No. And it's not, he's lost the 10th in the final sector. Yeah. As Daniel Lovett also in the Mercedes starts his lap. And yeah, Daniel Lovett takes a lot of curb in the first turn. Kind of loses him time. It's best to stay wide and cut back, I found. But that's Daniel's line, so just see how.
Yeah, a bit wide again, yeah, I think.
Yeah, wide again in turn 4. And yeah, 7 tenths down in sector 1, which I think he was last lap as well. And a small lock up again there for Daniel Lovett. So currently Luke, Cooper, Joe Moore, Rondorf and Hagen, the top 5. And I think this is the mixture that Daniel Lovett needs to get himself into to help Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship, because I think Lotus at the moment are currently leading. I don't have my information up, so I'll let you know shortly.
I'll go have a look.
Okie dokie. My lovely colleague is going to go and check that. Daniel Lovett now 1.7 down and wide in sector 2, so that's that lap over. Rondorf now, Rob. No, that is Rondorf in P4. Crosses the line to go P4. Tommy Egan just starting a lap. We'll cut back in a minute. Kevin Mass, impressive start so far this season. He's been up there and around the front running guys. Not bad for a new driver. Daniel Lovett looks like he's starting another lap. Rob there in P8. Helbin P9. As Maltby goes into P10. Wenzel P11. O'Clincy P12. Simon Crane P13. Joe in the Arrows P14. Miles P15 in the Red Bull. Lee Miller still in the pits P16. Finsek, I guess, in the Stewart, Finsek. P17 and last at the moment. So yep, Joe's still in the pits, Luke's still in the pits, sorry, Alex still in the pits. Joe Moore into the pits after his run. Rondorf on a in-lap. Tommy Egan 7 tenths down currently in sector 2. This could be a personal best for him as we come up to the last corner.
Yeah, so I was checking the points. Mercedes currently leads with 46 points, 4 points ahead of 6 points ahead of Lotus, and the gap to Caterham in third is quite big. It's 34 points. So yeah, it's looking like a two-way battle at the moment.
Indeed, yeah, 2-horse race at the moment with Luke and Alex kind of stealing the show as Kevin Mass leaves the pit box for another lap. Simon Crane pops himself up into P9, so another good lap there from Simon. As starts his in lap. We'll cut back to Helvin in a moment. Volpe goes up to P11. See if there's any of the top runners leaving the pits. No, Luke and Alex haven't left the pit for a while now, so maybe they've settled for first and second. The same with Joe, he's not leaving the pits in a rush.
Yeah, Luke and Joe are done. They've done 8 of 9 laps, so they can't go out again. Only Alex and Rob. Simon can go out again. Radek in the he crashed. Yeah, and Tom in the Sauber can go out again.
Yeah, just watching a few guys to see who's about to start a lap. We might as well wait for Kevin Mass to start, as he comes round to the end of his lap now, his out lap now, with just over 4 minutes remaining. Gets his tyres nice and warm in the Red Bull. Comes towards the end of a lap. Launches it off that last corner, which is like slightly off camber, so you can get on the power early, and down the straight he goes to start his lap. Currently in P6, can he get above Tommy Yegan or Rundorf like he did in Australia? Into turn 1 he goes, and it is perfect on the brakes, hit the apex and got on the power early for Kevin Mass, and neatly through the first section. We come to turn 4. Yep, tidy again, slightly loose on the back end on the exit, but through he goes. And only half a second down there in sector 1. We've seen most of the guys that are not Lotus and Ladies being more than 7 tenths down in sector 1 anyway. So Kevin on a good lap as he takes quite a tight line into 9 and 10. But through he goes. And down the back straight. Yeah, everyone takes weird lines on this track, on the straights, like down the middle. I'm not sure if it's because of the bumps or whatever, but that's what they prefer, so I will not judge. And it looks like Kevin is lifted off in the middle of this lap, as he is quite a long way down. Yeah. Alex Cooper, I think this is his last run, and he is currently 2 tenths down in sector 1. There's a lovely Sauber driver there, decides to get in his way.
Yeah, Alex surely won't be happy about that. He isn't.
Taking the head of that Mercedes angrily. Is that his last run? Is he done?
Yeah.
Yeah, so someone finally beats Alex Cooper to pole then, and that is Luke in the Sauber, taking his first pole position of the season.
The Lotus.
In the Lotus? Yeah. What did I say?
Sauber.
Yeah. They shouldn't change teams, it confuses me. I'm too old to keep up. But no one else seems to be on a lap. Oh, Simon's just started a lap. Thank you, Simon. So we'll watch him in the Williams. Into turn 1 we go. Another driver that takes a lot of curb through turn 1. Up towards turn 4 he goes. 6th gear, 7th gear, just before he brakes. And he gets that Williams into the apex quite nicely. And through sector 1 he needs to be around 7 tenths down, but again I don't get sector times for that one, so we'll just watch until sector 2. Lovely Williams, I do like this Williams. Into the double left-hander, braking downhill, turning, downshifting all the same time. The car doesn't like it, but Simon pulls it off very well as he heads down the back straight with 50 seconds.
He's already 1 second down.
He is. Yeah, I don't get sector times for sector 1, but yep, 1 second down in sector 1. Across the sector 2 line now, and he's 2 seconds down, so second to sector so far for Simon. So I don't think he's going to be improving coming towards the end of this lap. We'll just watch him over the line anyway. just to see what he does. With 16 seconds to go, and he goes P9, 2.6 off the pace. As we wait just to see if anyone else crosses the line.
Nope.
Nope. Everyone seems to be done. Double checking. Yep, everyone seems to be done. So it's Luke, Zilch in the
Lotus.
Yay! I know. In the Lotus, that takes his first pole of the season in front of Alex Cooper, finally beaten this season. In second, Joe in the Lotus in P3, Rondorf P4, Tommy Yegan P5, Kevin Mass in P6, Rob P7, Daniel Lovett P8, Simon Crane P9. My screen's gone all blurry, I can't read that. Somebody in P10. Maltby P11, Miles P12. I don't know if you can see these clearer, Flo, but my screen's not very clear at the moment. Oklinski P14, Joe P15, Lee Miller 16, and Finsick P17 and last. Yeah, so we've got two drivers, Stoica and Max Kane, that didn't set a time. But yeah, there is your qualifying lineup. Luke getting his first pole. Do you think he can hold that during the race then, Flo? Got a few late joiners now joining the server. Loz Ribbons being one of them. Yeah, we've got drivers coming and going everywhere here. Joe's just left the server. Oh, lovely. Bit of German TV in the background. That's what you want. What program was that, Flo? He's left me on my own. I don't like it. Yeah, just waiting for everyone to get back in the server so we can join the race. Start the race. I will be back in a couple of minutes. I'll just have a little comfort break before we start. So then, the third round of the OGLSimRacing Championship about to get underway. Just forming up the last few drivers on grid now. Before we get the all cleared to go, is Luke, who took pole in front of Alex Cooper, who has been dominating so far this season, taking both pole and race win in the first 2 rounds, fastest lap as well in Australia. So we're really looking for someone to step up their game and challenge Alex today. Now let's hope Luke can perform something in that Lotus.
Yeah, I think that's what we hope. To see a close battle at the front for the win.
Indeed, yeah. We don't want no one walking away with it and having a battle from 5th downwards again like we did Australia. Be a nice tight battle at the front is what we all want to see. Don't know what's going on now. We're just waiting for a few more drivers, I think, before we go. Shall we do a Florian's top 3 prediction?
Ooh, that's tough. Yeah, who do I choose? I choose Luke winning, second Alex, and third. I go with Fleming.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, top 2 I stay the same, Luke and Alex. But I'm gonna go with. I will go with Daniel Lovett for P3 because he needs a strong race this race. So I think he's gonna pull something out the bag in that Mercedes. As we was about to start, but Joe left the server, so we have to wait for the Irishman to get back in. I would be annoyed at Joe, but I love his voice, so I can't be. Do you like dogs? Yeah, that's my Irish accent. Do you like dogs? I got a new trailer from me ma. Yeah. But enough about that. Oh, you probably don't know what I'm on about, do you, Flo? See? Not a clue. Just waiting for Joe now. Back. Be interesting to see Liam Miller this race as well, because he's not tested as much as he normally does down in P14, and normally he doesn't qualify, but this race he has, so he's kind of jammed in the mid-pack there. So yeah, we'll watch out for Lee Miller as well in the McLaren. His teammate, is he here?
No, he won't race today.
Nope.
I think he's gone for the rest of the season. I think so.
Ollie, he's only had one decent teammate, and that season he won the Constructors' Championship, so... Oh, that was me. I won't brag too much. Yeah, Lee hasn't had much luck in the league trying to keep a consistent, stable teammate with him. He'll be on the lookout again for a driver in the pack to help him out. Even got people jumping around in the channels, which is interesting. We've got Matt for some reasons in the Sauber channel. Just waiting for... Oh, and we might be going... Yeah, we've got the 30-second countdown. So, yep, everyone get a cup of tea and sit down and relax. Get ready to watch. Get nice and comfortable in your chair. If you're old like me, get your pipe and slippers out. If you're Florian, turn off the German channels in the background. Weird that wasn't on in the background, Flo. You can't hide it. Was that Germany's version of Price is Right or something?
No idea what it was.
It should be going any second now. Any second now. I hate filling these gaps. Come on, Matt. Skip. Come on. I can't even brag that I won a trophy tonight because the league only just started. So. Hoping to get a few drivers in for an interview as well, but everyone seems to be head down and focused, ready for the start. I think we're about to go second. Hey, we got the message that we're gonna go now, so...
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel move the grid now.
Very loud pit crew man tells everyone to get out their garages and get on the grid. We got 57 laps of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And we're just waiting for a few cars to form on the grid. Here we go. Everyone now piling out. And as they leave for the warm-up lap, we'll have Florian to take you through the grid.
Alright, we've got Luke on pole, Alex in P2, Joe Moore in the Lotus P3, Fleming, Wondorf, Ferrari P4, Tommy Hagen in the Caterham P5, Kevin Mass in the Red Bull P6, Rob Lowry P7, Dan Lovett P8, Simon Crane P9, Radek Helbin in the Sauber P10, Simon Maltby P11, Mats Dixon P12, Tom Oklinski P13, Joao in the Arrows P14, Lee Miller P15, then we got Cedric in the Stewart P16, Doro Stoica P17, Max Kane P18, Los Ribbons P19, and that's it.
So that is your grid. Thank you, Flo, for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Round 3, remember, of the OGLSimRacing Championship, which you can still sign up for. There are a few seats available. If you are interested, just go to OGLSimRacing.com and enter your details. And you'll be put into the driver market by our lovely league runner Matt, and from there you'll be able to do contract negotiations with team owners. We'll just wait for Luke now to bring the guys onto the grid, coming towards the end of the warm-up lap. Yep, so it should be good race. Probably looking at 2 stops for most of the top runners. We come towards the end of the lap now. A few last burnouts there then from the top guys, trying to get some heat into them rear tyres to launch off the line properly. No one having any incidents on the warm-up lap, which is very, very good. They're all very professional. That we all just forming to the grid now. as my daughter stands beside me eating a chocolate biscuit. Okay, so on come the lights then. 5 lights are on. They are off and away we go. Good start there and a good launch from Luke in the Sauber. Alex is already defending going into turn 1 and he's lost a couple of places to the Ferrari and to Joe.
Oh, he touched the Ferrari.
Yeah,
Alex
Alex has been knocked wide in turn 1 and he's wide again as Luke comes across, comes to turn 2 now. And yep, they're all bunching up, getting through that corner. And yeah, around they go. Still Luke leading. It's a Lotus 1-2 at the moment. As Luke gets a bit tail happy coming out of the hairpin, and Flo's bet for P3. Rondorf in the Ferrari is currently in that position, but he's got Alex Cooper all over him. As they come down the back straight. Is the safety car out? Is that... Everyone looks like they've backed off. Yeah, the safety car is out. So yeah, that's sorry, I was just making sure what I was seeing was actually what I was seeing. Safety car is out then, so a good start there from Luke jumping up into P1 in the Lotus, and it is a Lotus 1-2 at the moment with Joe Moore in second. At the end of lap 1, Rondorf in the Ferrari, great start in P3 in front of the championship leader Alex Cooper. It is Tommy Hagen in P5, Daniel Lovett with a good start as well in P6 in the Mercedes. Maltby in P7, Rob Lory in P8 in the Ferrari. Then it's the Sauber driver of Oklinski, and then the Stewart Grand Prix car of Pinsik. So Stewart, sorry, in their first Grand Prix already up into the points in front of the Toro Rosso driver of Stoica. The arrows next of Max Kane. Very good start actually from Max, he was at the back of the grid I believe. Joe in the arrows P13, the line and stern there for the arrow drivers. Then it's the Marussia of Loz. Kevin Mass, oh no front wing for Kevin all the way out the back after a very impressive qualifying. Oh, he has got a front wing. Yes, he has got a front wing. Stop lying, Dave. Lee Miller running wide under the safety car. Calm down, Lee. You don't need to push that hard, mate.
yeah, he's got no front wing.
Yeah. So he must have lost that on the way out of the pit lane then, because he just come out of the pits. Simon Crane P17 and Miles Dixon P18 and Helbin P19, and he is at the back as our safety car comes around towards the end of the lap. What this does do, of course, is lengthen the stints, the first stints for all the drivers. They're able to save a bit more fuel and tyres. And those that are tyre limited will be, if you look carefully, will be the ones that don't even bother weaving under the safety car. They'll try and watch every percentage of that tyre they can. They all seem to be pretty happily. Luke does the fastest lap under the safety car, 1:46. Too bad. Too quick. The drivers starting their third lap, and we're still under the safety car, which should be in this lap. It's probably going to wait for the guys at the back of the grid to catch up, which is Lee Miller, who just gets himself a new front wing in the McLaren, and now pushes to catch up with the pack. You have the curbs, Lee, you'll be alright. So yeah, the safety car should be in this lap. Lee's giving it everything to catch up to the back of the pack. Don't worry, Lee, you'll make it in plenty of time. And there you go, up with the back of the pack. And the the safety car lights have gone off. So the safety car is in this lap, and we can continue racing. So now it's Luke's job in the Lotus to back the pack up. He effectively becomes the safety car, and the restart is down to him, as he just lifts off and lets the safety car get a good gap just before he can launch. And when does Luke go? When did he floor? He floor it. Still weaving. He's probably going to just dive into the corner right now and launch it. Yep, there he goes. So Luke, out of the final turn, gets a good launch on his teammate Joe in the Lotus, and Joe straight away is going to be under pressure from the Ferrari driver, who goes to the outside, sorry, and brakes very late. Actually, he's got Joe around the outside, so great move there from Rondorf, who tucks back in front of Alex Cooper in the Mercedes. So we've got a Lotus Ferrari, Lotus Mercedes now. As we come down towards turn 4, Alex Cooper having a little look at Joe just to let him know he's there, and nothing comes of that. Still Tommy Egan P5, Daniel Lovett P6 in front of Maltby, and Rob in the Ferrari, Oklinski P9 and Vincic P10. As we go back to Luke now in the Sauber, and around the drivers go. Rondorf still in front of Joe as they all come down to this tight left-hander, wheels locking everywhere. There's a Red Bull down the inside of a Marussia. Here comes the arrows. So everyone seems to have got round. Look at the lead Joe's got already as they come towards the end of basically their first flying lap. And Joe down the inside of Rondorf. What a move that was. Oh, and he spun Joe round, and Alex Cooper's helped him on his merry way. I think Alex Cooper's lost the front wing in the meantime. Did he? Let's just go and check that. Yeah, Alex Cooper, without a front wing, the championship leader, is going to have to pit for a front wing as Luke sets the fastest lap. So it's all going from bad to worse for Alex Cooper. He didn't get pole, had a bad start, and now his front wing is gone in an incident between Joe and Rondorf. Front wing quickly on that Mercedes. Yeah, we're still going. No safety car for that then, as it's still a Lotus 1-2 now, with Joe back up to second, and my cat just scared the crap out of me. Sorry for swearing. Tommy Egan now up into P3. Daniel Lovett up into P4 after all these incidents. Maltby P5. Rob P6. Oh, look at this battle. Oklinski P7 trying to defend from the Stewart of Vincic, and it's nice to see that car on the grid, isn't it?
Yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah, look at this battle. Look at this battle. We've got a Toro Rosso and a Red Bull. Boyka and Kevin Mass. Kevin Mass obviously trying to make up for lost time. He lost his front wing on the first lap. So can he make a dive down the inside? Almost takes out the Stewart in front of him, but through he goes. Haven't seen Lee Miller for a while. Luke does another fastest lap up front, a 1:31.8, and he is 3 seconds clear of his teammate. As just watch who's in the down the rest of this pack. Joe in P14, Max Kane P15. There's Lee Miller P16 and looking to fight his way past Max Kane. And he's got a sort of a slipstream now as we come down towards turn 1. Alex Cooper actually is right behind this battle. The Red Bull now comes out the pit lane. Lee Miller late on the brakes, just avoids Max as they go into turn 1. But still a good exit there from Lee as well. Can he get back in the slipstream and have another look into turn 4, sorry? Nope, he's actually quite early on the brakes. There's Alex Cooper. Championship leader having a bad day in the office, down in P16 at the moment. Fighting his way through the field. He's now coming up very, very quickly to Lee Miller in the McLaren. And yeah, he should get past the McLaren pretty quickly. Lee Miller goes wide actually, locks his brakes, and happy days for Alex Cooper. He is through another place into the last corner and out of it then for Luke in the Lotus. And across the line he goes. He was 3.3 ahead of his teammate. It is now 4 seconds. So 7 tenths clear of his teammate. Tommy Egan's actually keeping pace with Joe, and so is Daniel Lovett. So we could see a nice battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th pretty soon. Maltby and Rob 5 and 6. Then a bit of a gap to Klinsky and Kevin Mass. Kevin Mass up to P8 after being at the back of the grid after the first lap. We'll keep a close eye on Alex Cooper, don't worry, as he comes through the field. Finsick P10, not really any major battles going on through the field. Alex Cooper making up 2 places in 1 lap there to move his way up to P14. Not good for Alex Cooper, as we've got a car looking up big time in front of him, and it's a safe corner for Alex as he goes round. Still Joe Moore leading, Luke leading. And across the line he goes, and it's another fastest lap for Luke as they cross the line to start lap 7, and he is now 4.8 in front of his teammate, that is Joe Moore. Tommy Egan still P3, lost touch with Joe for a second there. Daniel Lovett still clinching on to the back of Tommy Egan. We have no other battles, just let me have a quick look. Matt, what do you think of those first 7 laps?
It was a bit crazy, just how we like it at the start. There was a massive accident right at the start, completely Miles Dixon's fault. I don't know if you noticed it. He hit into a few people, causing them to spin and hitting other people, and then going back to the pits he took out Lee Miller, so that's why he received his drive-through penalty, and there'll probably be more action against him after the race. But other than that, I think it's been some quite good battles. A bit unfortunate with Fleming and Alex. I don't know if you caught that. Yeah,
sure.
Fleming's been a bit aggressive out there. I've messaged him telling him to calm down a bit. He dived up the inside and just lost it, and of course collected Alex. And also into turn 1 on the first lap, he smacked Alex off. So you know Alex quite well. You can tell he's not a happy bunny right now. So he messaged me telling me to get the safety car out, but of course I can't do that unless there's an incident.
Right.
So yeah. So other than that, a few people are doing quite well. Dan Lovett, after he hasn't tested too much this week, but he's doing quite solid up there in P4, and it's just all about the 2 Lotus guys at the minute, isn't it? P1 and 2.
Yeah, pretty much walking away with it so far.
Yeah.
We were talking actually about Daniel Lovett's 3 race contract, and that he probably might be under a bit of pressure to perform in this race.
Yeah, indeed, but if he finishes where he is now, I think that contract will be renegotiated. There's a few other people that contracts are up at the end of this race. Fleming's, of course, which first 2 races have been a misery for him, and he's not doing too well in this one, so maybe his contract won't be re-signed for Ferrari, but we'll have to wait and see.
Sorry, Matt, we got Rob just diving down the inside of the Caterham there of Maltby and makes the move stick. Carry on, sorry.
And also, 3-race contract, Zhao Pate, who was the first person in OGL to get points on his super license for the last race, is also his 3-race contract is up this race. So there'll be maybe a few moves after this race. We never know. We have to wait and see what happens.
Sweet. So, do we know what the points were for? As we didn't record it, so it'd be good to remind.
Sorry, I forgot we weren't live last time. What happened was his pad glitched, which was the second race in a row. He hadn't fixed it, and because of that, he caused Rob Laurie to retire. So he got the maximum amount of points in the super license for a race, which was 3. So he's the first person to be told off. But looking at the start, I reckon a few more people will be getting some naughty points.
Yeah. As we had Kevin Mass dive down the inside of turn 12 there of Maltby, as we go down towards the end of the lap now. As impressive drive from Kevin Mass, losing his front wing on the first lap, already up to P8.
Did he? I didn't see he was in the incident. I just got the safety car out as quick as possible.
Yeah, he was. Him and a couple more lost the front wing. So like Kevin Mass was dead last, but yeah, already up to P7 now, and a lot quicker than the driver in front of him, who runs wide. So Kevin should get the exit he needs. Cuts back now, going in towards turn 4.
Alex has just done an overtake down to turn 1. I've passed the new car, the Stewart F1 team. Only one car driving today, but there'll be both cars hopefully on the grid in China.
Nice to see that car in the league. It's looking good.
Yeah, it's a beta skin so far because they had to quickly go in the mod. So the car will look a bit different maybe coming into China, but yeah, it looks quite nice. Looks a bit like the Williams, but it's quite easy to tell apart because the car shapes are different. Ooh, as he gets out of shape, the Stewart, and allows Loz Ribbons through.
Yeah, he does. Just watching Kevin Mass now. He's got a run on Maltby in the Caterham. Backs out of it there as the Caterham driver goes a tad wide into the double right-hander now. I saw, don't know if you saw it, Matt, Joe had a nice move down the inside of Rondorf in this corner.
I did not. I was probably busy looking down through other things. What corner was it?
Just after the sector 2 line, the second right-hander. And that's basically what triggered off the Rondorf Alex incident.
Right, okay.
But yeah, Kevin having another look and backs out of it. He needs to make the move happen soon. Klinsky is catching up in P8 in the Salva. Might be Mass's run now. A bit far back. So yeah, we got Stoica P9, Simon Crane P10, Alex Cooper already up to P11, and very quickly catching. Who was it? Max King.
I can imagine the red mist has descended on Alex, and he's just driving to get as many points as possible. Of course, the point system now is the gaps are quite small, so he needs to finish within 6 points of Luke to retain his championship lead. Because of course, after 2 races, they're both 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So he needs to finish in the top 4 or 5 to be able to keep his championship lead. So he's got a lot to do this race.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting to watch him.
Driving on the edge as he went wide out of turn 6 there, but still very quickly catching Simon. Look at this, already got a run on him coming out of turn 10, turn 9, sorry, going into 10 now. He's got the run. Sorry,
Cedric just retired. The Stewart driver spun just after turn 4 and retired.
Just like real life there. Need to change the luck. Alex Cooper now with a great run on Simon, but decides to wait until the straight, and into the slipstream now of Simon. Wow, that is a bumpy part of the track there. See that?
Yes, this version of Bahrain's very bumpy, but I think the real tracks are quite bumpy as well.
Oh, wide. Sorry, Matt. Wide goes Alex Cooper again, trying to get the run on Simon Crane, but going right off the track there. But he still manages to get the run. Going now into turn 1. Does he have a look? Yep, Simon doesn't defend, but he is also late on the brakes, and that keeps Alex back for another corner. Gets the cut back going out of turn 3 through 4, and Alex, what a switchback. Beautiful switchback from Alex. Simon tries to give him the squeeze. Oh, we've got a spinner behind. as Alex Cooper now goes, round the outside from Simon, well defended, but Alex Cooper should get the, no, it's gone Simon, don't worry.
What's he doing?
Gone Simon, it's gone Simon.
Oh.
It was Loz, no it wasn't Loz. Yeah, it was Loz Ribbons that spun in turn 2. As Alex Cooper up into the points then, after the incident with Fleming, and his next challenge is Maltby in the Caterham. So across the line then to complete lap, what are we on? 11. Yeah, lap 12 now. Across goes Luke, and he will lead his teammate by 6.6 seconds. Tommy Hagen's still keeping an eye on the Lotus driver. Daniel Lovett's dropped a long way back from P3 now. Not sure.
Yeah, I think he spun somewhere or had an error. Because he lost like 4 seconds in sector 1.
Okay, so that puts Rob right behind him then in the Ferrari in P5. Kevin Mass P6, so he's passed the Caterham driver while we was watching Alex. So impressive drive again from Kevin. Stoiker P8 at the moment, Maltby P9, and Alex Cooper will be P10. There he is, very quickly catching this battle. 11 for Simon Crane, 12 for Loz Ribbons. Rondolph P13 after an impressive start. Joe in P14, Miles Dixon P15, and who's this? That is Helbin, I think you said, fighting Lee Miller. A bit of weaving there from the Sauber driver. Needs to stop doing that, as Lee Miller has a little look going towards turn 1, but decides better of it. Looks up those brakes as well. Max Kane just getting lapped there and lets through Luke, and there is the retired driver.
Yeah, I just want to mention a bit about the Sauber. The new driver today is Helbin. I can't remember how to pronounce his first name because I haven't got the list up with me.
Join the club.
Radek Helbin. He is what's happening in Sauber? There's Andy and Helbin. They're going to share a seat because they both can't make the races.
Okay.
Can't make all the races. So
Dennis spitting. Sorry.
Who spun?
Dennis spitting.
Oh, sorry. What's his name? The Caterham driver of Maltby just spun right in front of Alex Cooper. And yeah, it's all happening for Alex this race, isn't it? He must be having pitting for a new change of underwear soon, because everyone's just giving him a lot of things to think about.
Yeah, and also during that, as Florian said, that Dan went into the pits.
Yep, Dan Lovett into the pits and back out into P11. Still on the option tyre, is that, by the looks of it? Yep, Stoiker. So Alex Cooper's next driver to attack is Stoiker in the Toro Rosso, and he is currently 2.1 behind, but they are battling in front, so it won't take Alex long to catch up to this battle, as who was that? Stoiker just loses the back end coming out of the hairpin, so that will help Alex out a bit more. So is this when we're expecting the first round of pit stops then? What lap are we on? At 13. I expect the options to last a bit longer than 13 laps, but
it just depends what happens if you've like spun and stuff.
I was actually expecting a 2-stop race, twice on the option and once on the prime. So yeah, gotta wait and see what the guys do.
So Joe managed to pin the gap there to his teammate, still 6.8 seconds after that lap. Alex Cooper with a great run now, coming down the start-finish straight on Stoiker, who's moved twice. He shouldn't be allowed to do that, but into turn 1, and Stoiker's locked up. Alex can dive down the inside, and yep, he is through on the Toro Rosso. And next driver will be Oklinski in the Sauber. We're moving pretty quickly through the field there for Alex Cooper. And if he gets P3, Matt, that will put him and Luke even on points?
No, he'll be 1 point ahead because it's 10 points for third place. So if he finishes 4th, Luke will be 1 point ahead because it's 2 back. So yeah, so Alex needs to basically be on the podium this race to keep the championship alive.
Yeah. As he gets a great run on the Sauber driver, has a look to the inside. Oh, it's a late break, but the Sauber driver gives it enough space. Through the double right-hander now, and Alex Cooper is through on Oklinski. So or is he? The Sauber driver's got to run going down towards the last corner. And the Sauber driver loses that battle, and he actually dives into the pits. So Alex Cooper anyway up into P6, and Kevin Mass will be the next car he needs to fight. Sauber drivers are still running away with this one. Tommy Egan P3 in the Caterham, Rob P4 in the Ferrari, Kevin Mass P5, and here is Alex Cooper. Have a quick look through the field then. While we're waiting for Alex to catch up to his next victim, we got Simon Crane P8, Mulby P9. Dan Lovett after his pit stop already made up a place up into P10, and very quickly catching the Caterham driver. We go down towards the double left-hander and out of it, and there goes Daniel Lovett, called up a tad in that section on the Caterham driver. Fresh tyres are really helping out Daniel here, but he needs to get past that Caterham very quickly to have the full effect of the undercut on the fresh tyres, as Daniel runs a little bit wide.
Kevin is pitting.
Kevin is pitting from P7. There's oh no, it's not P7, it's P6, wasn't it? There we go. So will he get out in front of Daniel Lovett, who is coming down the pit straight now? So no, Daniel will get the advantage on these tyres. Coming down towards turn 1 now. Kevin comes out behind Daniel Lovett. Daniel's actually lost a bit of ground there to the Caterham driver, with Kevin Mass all over the back of him in the Red Bull. Here we are. So Daniel Lovett trying to make up ground on the fresh tyres, but he's actually more worried about the Red Bull behind. Obviously Daniel's old team from last season, so he's not going to want to get beaten by that car. Oh, as Daniel's very late on the brakes, and I think he nudges the... around goes Mass, yeah. Tried to get the cut back on Daniel Lovett, but ended up getting too early on the power and lose a lot of time. Around comes Daniel Lovett then. Joe's lost another second to his teammate in those few laps, now 8.1. Tommy Egan's still in P3, 14 seconds behind. And then Rob Laurie in the Ferrari, 32 seconds behind already. We're only on lap 17, and then it's Alex Cooper in P5. And here comes Daniel now. That's a great run out of the last corner for Daniel Lovett. And that's 2 moves there from the Caterham driver. Naughty, naughty. That's 3. That's 4. Wow, this is not on from the Caterham driver of Maltby, but Daniel Lovett down the inside and makes it stick.
No, nearly loses it.
Maltby fought back. The Caterham driver hangs it out on the outside and very naughtily holds his place. Let's have a look to see where Alex Cooper is at the moment. And he is P5 and almost at the back of Rob now, with 39 laps remaining. And already got a good run on Rob. But he's going to hold on to the start and finish straight, the most sensible thing to do. Out of the last corner he goes, and yeah, he's got a good run, but the Ferrari driver pits as we get excited for a battle, but never mind, that's over with. Still Luke carries on, and but it's a good thing for Luke now is that he's got a nice pit stop advantage over Alex Cooper, so he can play the field however he wants. Joe Moore is going to back his teammate up, I'm sure of that. Play the team game for the constructors. Tommy Egan, weird line out of turn 8, so I don't know if he's spun then. Then Alex Cooper P4. Daniel Lovett up into P5 in front of the Caterham. That has pitted.
Dennis in front of Rob. Rob just came out behind him, out of the pits.
So pit stop there from the Ferrari moves Daniel Lovett back up to P5. So Mercedes 4 and 5 at the moment. The Ferrari is going to be on the fresher tyres, so expect him to close in the next few laps. We'll keep an eye on that. Kevin up to P7. Simon Crane in front of the Ferrari of Rondolph, trying to make his way back through the field after that contact with Alex Cooper. Through 9 and 10 they go. Stoiker P10. Oklinski P11. With Motby P12. Elvin P13 in the Sauber in front of the Arrows driver of Joe. And then it's the McLaren of Lee Miller. And he's in front of the Marussia of Los Ribbons. And that is the last of the runners, sadly. So only 17 still going. Alex Cooper in 4th. As we have
Fleming is about to pit.
Yep, you're right. Fleming's in the pits in the Ferrari. Quick change of tyres, and away he goes. 3.9 second stop. Very good. And away he goes. There's a Caterham just coming in the background as well of Maltby. And can he beat 3.9? Nope. A bit of a longer stop from the Caterham driver. There's a very long stop. 10.5 seconds. Not what he would have wanted.
Yeah, Luke is also in the pits now.
Oh, Luke's in, so here we go for the first round of pits then. In comes the leader in the Lotus, lap 20. There's going to be a pretty simple 20-20-17.
Joe in as well.
Joe's in as well.
Joe.
Oh, we could get double stacking in the Lotus pits. Is he going to get out in time? And yeah, he's gone.
Tommy is now in the lead, as he still in front of Luke, who just came out of the pits.
Indeed he is. And Alex Cooper just crossed on the line now, so he's roughly, after the first pit stop, 16 seconds behind Luke. So a lot of ground for Alex to make up. And how quickly can Luke get past his Caterham driver? Remember, Luke's going to be on the fresher tyres, but he doesn't need to do anything silly. He's got a big lead. And oh, nice drive out of the hairpin there. Blocked by the Caterham, who locks up in front of Luke. But he gets a good drive now out of that turn and in the slipstream of that Caterham as they go towards the double left-hander. Luke has a little look and decides to wait and just check to see where Alex Cooper is compared to them. There he is. He's just a couple of seconds behind Joe Moore. But remember, he's also a pit stop behind. He's a couple of laps off sync with these guys. We just go back to Luke, who should be retaking the lead pretty soon. Out of the last corner they go. And Tommy might pit actually, just to save Luke. Yep, there he goes. Saves Luke a bit of hassle. Trying to make a move.
I think he's gonna get a drive-through. He just went too fast in the pits.
Ah, you naughty. So
Oh,
across
again.
the what's that?
Yeah, he's. I think he had problems with the limiter and went too fast.
Out of the pits in P4 and just gets pipped by Alex into turn 1. Should be pitting in a few laps time. And we've got, oh, that's just a lap to Mauritia. Daniel Lovett P5, still pegging the gap just about to Rob in the Ferrari. Into turn 1 and 2 he goes in the Ferrari. Then it's Kevin Mass still P7, Stoica P8, Simon Crane P9, and Oklinski P12. Sorry, P10. I can't even count now. What's going on? P11 for. Sorry, P12 for Maltby, and he's got Fleming down the inside of him. They go into the final corner, and through goes the Ferrari driver, and then decides to pit. So yeah, there's a nice little switch of battles then, but he jumped in the pits anyway. That'll put Lee Miller up into P13 now in the McLaren, and Luke's first lap after his pit on his own, and he does a 1:30.6 for the fastest lap of the race. Pretty much in charge then from Luke. Across the line goes Joe, 12.9 seconds now behind his teammate. Alex Cooper, 16.6 seconds behind. So a lot of ground.
We have Simon and Tom side by side in the last sector. And Fleming had a drive-through, I think. And Tommy has done his drive-through as well now.
Yep, there he goes to start the pit now. We've got a nice battle here with Kevin Mass and Rob. Kevin down the inside into turn 1 and makes it stick. Very good move there from Kevin, whose next car will be Daniel Lovett. So yeah, we'll catch up with them later. Simon Crane P9 and Oklinski 10. All gone a bit quiet further back. Lee Miller on his own there, as normal, with poor guy. A nice fight brewing up now between Daniel Lovett, Kevin Mass, and Rob. Catch up with them soon. Tommy Egan P4, Alex Cooper P3. So 2 Mercedes high up in the points, but it's Lotus that's going to come away from this race. Well, if it stays like this, obviously, with the championship lead. Luke down into turn 1. 13.1, and there goes Alex Cooper into the pits. So sadly for him, he only had 3 extra laps over the rest of the guys. Does Alex change strategy now and go on to the primes? Nope, he stays on the same tyre, so just going to be a pure fight back then from Alex. And where did he come out?
Gonna stay in P3. As Tommy is driving through the pits again, or stopping, and Kevin is past then at turn 1.
Yep, cool. There goes Kevin Mass, one of Daniel Lovett. So very quickly making his way through the field. This Alex Cooper up into P3. That puts him back into the championship lead. It stays like it is now. So good comeback there from Alex Cooper. And our last battle will be Rob and Daniel Lovett at the moment, but Kevin just locked up then, didn't lose no time. So yeah, good race so far. Luke crosses the line now to start lap 24 of 57. And he is 13.4 ahead of his teammate. Go in the Lotus. And how much time did Alex Cooper lose? He is now coming into the last corner. He was 16 seconds. He was 16 seconds behind. He is now 36, so he's lost 20 seconds in that pit stop. So he's got a lot of ground to make up unless we get another safety car. As Daniel Lovett now still under pressure from I forgot that was Rob in the Ferrari. They're pretty even Stevens in the this 4th, 5th, 6th battle. They kind of got similar pace. Dan's been holding off Rob for a while now, and he's actually pegged the gap to Kevin in the Red Bull. So maybe he'll be able to hold on to that. It's Luke across the line again with a 1:30.5, the fastest lap of the race. Looking pretty comfortable at the front. I can't see him losing that with 32 laps remaining. Oklinski in the battle with Tommy Hagen for P8 and 9. Look at those rear brakes glowing on that Caterham. Maybe he's got the bias too much to the rear. But here he comes now down the inside. No, a lot of weaving there, but he didn't end up making the move. Comes up the top of the hill and back down. Alex Cooper, despite he's gone round. Yeah, thanks for that flow. So Oklinski just lost the back end there going round. Manages to keep out of the wall, so no damage. Yeah, Alex Cooper went from 36.5 to 37, so despite being on the fresher tyres, he lost half a second there to Luke. And yeah, that was the only battle we was watching, so nothing else going on through the field. Everyone's pretty spread out. Joe and Lee are pretty close, but that's because Joe just left the pit lane, I believe. So Lee, or did Lee just pit? Because Lee was 13, wasn't he? Anyway, across the line again for Luke. Another lap in the lead. Turn 1 he goes. All good. Joe's there out in the last corner. Alex Cooper coming through sector 2 now, being blocked by the Marussia. And he gets nicely out of the way, Los Ribbons. And Alex Cooper's next car to lap will be Lee Miller in the McLaren, who's busy having his own battle, so it might not be easy for... spinner in the background, there's Laws gone round. Alex Cooper 36.5 behind now, so he regained that half a second that he lost on the previous lap. As Lee Miller looks a wheel behind in front of Alex Cooper, but lets him through. Is the battle for 4th, 5th and 6th, and Daniel still holding on to Kevin just about, and it's Rob that's dropped back a little bit in the Ferrari. Stoiker still going in 7, Hagen 8, Oklinski 9, Los Ribbons just coming out of the pits, Simon Crane in P10 in Williams, and Maltby P11. With Rondorf now very quickly catching the Caterham driver. Is about to get a good run going on to the start-finish straight.
Yeah, his pace isn't too bad actually after the damage early on, but yeah,
there he is. It's popping out into the on the inside of turn 1, and should be a pretty easy move. And yep, through he goes. So up another place there for Rondorf. That'll put Maltby into 12, Helbin P13, Joe P14, Lee Miller P15. Lost a lot of ground there to the Arrow driver. Loz P16, who recently left the pit lane. So back to the main battle, 4th, 5th and 6th, and it's Rob still dropping back a tiny bit. And Daniel pegging Kevin only just hanging on. Maybe he's just hooked into his slipstream and that's keeping him with him, but either way, well, he lost a bit of time through turn 1, but Go. Alex Cooper is P3, going through the hairpin. Joe Moore and Luke still in control of the race. It's a bit different to real F1, isn't it? Lotus 1-2. Yeah, sorry. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth battle still going. Spreading out a bit from Rob Loy though. Stoiker's there, hanging around. Joe's now fallen 15.9 behind his teammate. But he's got nothing to worry about. Alex is quite far back still. Simon Crane all on his own in P10. Yeah, the field quite spread out now. No major battles going on. Alex still 36.5 behind. So despite being so far back, we could have actually had a great race between Luke and Alex because their pace these last few laps have been pretty even. On board with Daniel Lovett then. 29 laps remaining, so we're expecting the next round of pits in 8 laps time. No, sorry, 12 laps time. They only just pitted, didn't they? Yep. So that'll be a nice even 20-20 on the options with 17 on the primes at the end. Joe just losing a bit more time to his teammate as Daniel Lovett comes around this left-right section. Caught 2 temps on Kevin in that middle sector from 1.6 to 1.4. Alex Cooper 36.4, so he gained a tenth on Luke that lap, but obviously not enough. 28 laps remaining. Luke can afford to lose a second a lap now and bring home that Sauber. Where Luke can relax now.
Yeah, I think he's already not pushing, just making sure he gets the car home.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan, it's so close between Dan and Kevin, like their pace, but Dan's just losing a couple of tenths in the high speed section, so it looks like he's gone for higher downforce. Rob's falling back quite consistently now. Tommy Hagen got Loz Wivens in the pits again for some reason. He hasn't long did his stop unless he's got a drive through. Oh, Lee Miller going wide in the left hand hairpin. There's Loz has actually retired. So that'll put Lee Miller is the final runner now. But yeah, in control up the front is Luke. And as Florian already said, he's probably not going to push now. He's got this, he's known for his spins, is Luke, so now he's got this command and lead. He's going to want to just bring the car home, as if this Williams ever decides to get out of the way. Go. Down towards the double left-hander for Luke. Joe Moore now coming into the double lefts. And Joe's job now, which will be, it won't look so bad at the moment, but later in the race it should be a bit closer. Alex Cooper that's going to be a challenge, is to keep him back for Luke to gain as many points as possible in the championship. Do you reckon Alex can close that gap, Flo, to Joe? think Flo may be having a few difficulties, so we'll give him a minute to sort them out. As Alex Cooper now coming towards the end of the lap. Across the line, 16.4 for Joe, 35.1 for Alex. So yeah, got in a few laps. He's going to, if Joe keeps his pace, he's going to have enough time to drop a second a lap as well. So he'll have the
Dan's
same.
pitting.
Dan Lovett is pitting. There he is. And is this Dan's final stop? He's a bit out of sync with the rest. They can do another 6 laps yet. Is that option staying on Dan's car? Hard for me to tell, but anyway, out of the pits goes Dan. And is he going for the undercut on Kevin Mass, who he's been battling with most of the race? He comes out behind Tommy Hagen. So yeah, Kevin Mass is going to want to either pit straight away to react to Dan's stop, or if he's on the option tyre, just push as hard as he can, make sure he keeps that gap until his pit stop, which should be another 5 to 8 laps for the next round of pits. Yeah, so Joe losing about 0.5, Alex Cooper pegging the gap to both Lotus drivers, but they're both in a comfort zone now where they can both relax, unless of course we get a safety car. And yep, Kevin does decide to react to Dan's pit stop, and in he comes. Need to see if Dan changed to primes, that's the big question.
Yes, he did.
Oh! Hello, Matt.
Hello, sorry, I thought I'd enlighten you there as I was looking at Dan's car.
So that should be Dan for the rest of the race then. Out comes Kevin, and he will stay ahead of Daniel Lovett. But obviously Daniel on the warmer, fresher primes, not fresher, but warmer. Arms out. There's about a 3-second gap, so Dan actually lost time there in that round for pit stops.
All very calm and relaxing here. Where's Flo?
He's around.
Right there. Come on guys, let's liven it up, it's a stream. Come on, what's going on the track? I haven't really been looking, to be fair. I've been eating ice cream. Let's have a look.
We've been talking, you've been eating ice cream. Ugh.
Yeah, that's the privilege of race control. You can sit back and do nothing.
Yeah, Fleming
now
just overtook Simon down turn 1 for P10.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, Fleming up to P10. Sorry, I was just looking through the battle field to see what battles I could find.
Battlefield? Isn't that a
Battlefield? Yeah, we'll do that later, Matt. But yeah, it's still Luke with the command and lead now. Probably another 6-7 laps till their second round of stops. Joan falling back another half second that lap. And Alex Cooper. Yeah, do we reckon Alex can catch up this gap to Joe with 24 laps left?
What is the gap?
17 seconds.
Maybe, it depends how much he's closing in by. I haven't really been looking at the times. I'll have a look at my timing thing now. He's been in 1:30.9. Alex, what's Joe been doing? So look. He's closing about 8/10, something like that a lap. So he could do, it's possible.
Be very close.
Yeah. Interesting to keep an eye on and have a look.
Alex will have the advantage on the second stops because he can do a couple more laps on the options. So that would be his advantage again. Then it's just to see who is the quickest on the primes after their round of stops. Joe's dropped another half second, now 18 seconds behind his teammate. Alex 34.9 behind Luke. It's Rob in the Ferrari in P4. Stoiker at P5 in the Sauber. Tommy Hagen P6. Kevin Mass P7 in the Red Bull. Daniel Lovett slowly catching, I think. Looking at those times, no, he's not. He's actually dropped a few attempts. Klinsky P9 in the Sauber. Rondorf P10. Oh, as Maltby spins it and tags the wall, and spins it trying to recover in P11, and you might as well just cut the corner down. Yep, and he's
made
lost.
it out.
Yeah, he's lost 2 places to Simon and who was that? Helbin.
Yeah.
So,
Not very good drive from Simon today. I was expecting him to be in the top 8 definitely, but he's fallen back. I don't know if he's been having issues. But yeah, not very good showing. I know he was in the tags at the start and he put the medium tyres on, so maybe that's the reason. That he can go to the end now just on soft, so he might be able to catch up a bit towards the end of the race.
Yeah, Lee Miller on his own there in P15 having another spin. Now 12 seconds behind Joe, who he was fighting earlier in the race. Now a long way back. So our next battle, I guess, will be if Maltby can catch back up to Simon, who is slowly catching his way up to P11 with Rondorf 10. So could have a battle in 10, 11, 12 in a few laps time. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Joe in P14 just getting in the way of the Red Bull, who he's decided not to let pass on this straight. Oh, he's had a lunge. There you go, he's through.
Is sorry to interrupt. Is Kevin Mass catching up to Tommy Hagen, or was it Tommy Hagen just pulling away? I'm not sure. I haven't been watching his battle.
Well, the privilege of doing the cameras is you don't get to see the live time, so I have no idea.
I just wondered if you knew what the gaps were beforehand.
No, don't know.
No, Kevin is catching him. He's faster.
Oh, Kevin is catching.
Yeah.
I think Tommy's on the softs as well, isn't he? So that's a good drive from Kevin.
Yeah.
Maybe Tommy's softs are on the way out.
I think Kevin got the primes out the way when he lost his wing as well.
He's on the primes now, Kevin.
Oh, did he do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
According to mine, anyway, he's on the primes. But I think because there's difference to the tyres this year, because all the tyres actually are like F1, they drop off. So I would think a new set of mediums it's faster than an old set of softs.
Right.
Like a really old set of softs, Tommy will probably be pitting in the next few laps. He's locking up all over the place, so he's not having a good time with those soft tyres. So I expect him in the pits in the next lap or so.
Yeah. The next round of pits should be in the next 2-3 laps. It fits anything to go by from the first round, so it's 20 laps on the options for everyone. Tommy Hagen seems to be wearing them out the quickest as he's looking up and fishtailing that car out of corners everywhere now. Kevin Mass, it's been a very impressive drive actually from Mass, and the start of the season. He had a strong showing in Australia, and he's continued that on here as well.
His Malaysia was okay, but yeah, he's come back a bit now. I haven't seen him testing much, so maybe he's been testing privately, but he's doing quite a good job in P7. I didn't expect him to be up there at all coming into the race.
Yeah, lost a bit of time to Tommy. Sorry, Flo, go on.
Yeah, I think what we should mention is Rob in P4 at the moment. He's looking to box only once more, so I think he's staying there if not something unusual happens to him.
Yeah, looking to kickstart Ferrari's season. They've had a bad start so far, and it's not what we're used to seeing from those prancing horses. Rondorf did have a good podium slot earlier, but in a battle with Joe and Alex, he ended up losing control and made contact with Alex Cooper. It is now 19.1 seconds between Joe and Luke. Alex Cooper has closed the gap to the leaders by another 6 tenths, and a bit more than that. I think there's a second that lap on Joe actually, but yeah, Joe could afford to just ease off now each lap and make sure he brings the car home. I'm going to have a quick look through the field to see if there's any battles while you two ramble on.
Let's have a look down through the field with you then. So has Alex been catching Joe at all? I haven't really been looking at the times.
Yeah, slightly, yeah.
So he is slightly. I don't think he's doing enough though to get to the end. So 20 laps to go. It's I think it's going to be quite close, but I reckon Joe will just hang on to that. So it'll be a really good showing for Lotus, getting their first, I think, 1-2 ever for these guys. So that'll be a good showing after a year being teammates. Joe's coming on a lot. He, this time last year, I didn't expect Joe to be in the podium positions, but he's looking strong. And I think he's an outside title contender. To be fair. He hooks up a few good races. Like if Luke has a problem now, he'd be in the prime slot for a win. So
yeah, it's a good show.
Very good showing from Joe.
We've got Tommy Yeager now all over the back of Stoiker for 5th and 6th.
Stoiker will probably be pitting because we're on the server. His pit light is currently on, so I don't expect him to really fight Tommy if he does have a lunge. So yeah, it looks like Duru Stoiker will be heading into the pits this lap.
So the second round of stops are coming up then?
Yeah, same with Rob Laurie. The Ferrari pit crew are out, as we say, because his pit light is currently on. So we'll have to wait and see what happens to that. He'll probably drop maybe just behind Dan Lovett, but he'll have the soft tyre on and Dan will not. So actually, no, he'll probably drop way behind Dan Lovett, actually, because he's closer than I thought. Yeah, I reckon Dan has to pit again as well, so it's going to be close between them. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I reckon Rob will probably have the 4th.
Well, where has everyone gone? Wow, what was that?
Whoa, did everyone else get that lag spike?
Yeah.
It's okay now, everything's okay, it's all back.
This is a new server. 209 then, Matt.
This is a new server I want to add. This is the first time we're ever using it, so if there's any problems, I hold my hands up.
It's Matt's fault.
Looks like it was just a rare lag spike, so hopefully, other than that, I haven't really seen any lag problems at all, so it's been okay. Of course, there's car leaning, which is in the process of being fixed, so just ignore that for now. So yeah.
So Dan got out pretty far ahead of Rob, who's going to be on the faster and fresher tyres. We'll catch up with them later in the race. It's Kevin Mass now up into P5 with Hagen P4. So Hagen stayed out that lap.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was expecting to pop in. Maybe he saw somebody else pop in and think maybe he could get the undercut or something. But I'd always think fresher tyres is better. So it's a weird choice from Tommy. I expect him to be in.
Yeah. Alex Cooper has closed the gap to Job to 15 seconds now.
I thought it was 15 before.
No, it was 17 before.
No, my bad.
We've closed 2 seconds from the last time we said. With 18 laps left. So, yeah, not over yet by a long way. Let's just have a look. Daniel Lovett there in P6. And Rob is being blocked by the arrows at the moment. Get out the way. Yep, there you go. Move out the way. We'll catch up with them later in the race, like I said before. Stoiker P8 on his own. Klinsky P9. Oh my god. Rondorf P10. Elvin is trying to defend Simon in the Williams. They're both locking up going into that hairpin. Simon just losing out. Don't know if
Klinsky has a drive-through penalty. Sorry to interrupt. He has a drive-through penalty. Did he just come out the pit lane? Maybe he sped in the pit lane. The pit lane line is very close. So yeah, he sped in the pit lane. Sorry to interrupt you. Continue.
No, it's fine. I was just going to mention Simon losing time, but no need now. We'll keep an eye on Klinsky to see if he does his drive-through soon, as the car ahead of him also pits. No. Joe's lost a lot of time that lap. I don't know if he's pitted.
He's in the pits.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and he just put the prime. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong car. He's on the prime tyre now.
Yeah. So this is where Alex needs to take a lot of time out of Joe while he's struggling on those primes.
Luke is also on the prime tyre. Sorry to interrupt you again.
You carry on, Matt.
Yeah. So they're both on the prime tyre now. So hopefully they might close up a bit. So you might see a bit of a battle towards the end. You never know.
Yeah. The gap at the moment, 13 seconds. Alex is behind Luke, and has got to make one more stop. So yeah, that's one we got to watch out for between him and Joe. Tommy Egan still out in the caterham in P4.
I didn't realise how dark it is on the main straight under that grandstand. I only noticed it now.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Big shout out.
Don't want to interrupt, but for the battle for P4 between Tommy, Kevin, Dan, and Rob,
Yep.
Rob is currently the fastest, about half a second faster, so it's looking good for him. So
Rob
the
is
others-
also on the option tyre, everyone else is on the prime, so that's why it's a good strategy from Rob. Maybe be able to close in and they switch over to the faster tyre as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Also the latest, so he'd be on the fresher tyres as Dan takes a weird line out of the hairpin. Still in P6 there for Daniel Lovett. Rob, I think he needs to take bigger chunks out of that though, just to keep up with Dan.
It just all depends, because I reckon Dan's got another pit stop in him. He's on the prime tyre now, but I reckon he'll probably switch to the option before the end of the race.
Yeah.
So we just have to wait and see. That at the minute Rob is probably doing enough. If Dan pits, he's doing enough to do it. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have to wait and see. It's gonna be an interesting finish of this race.
Yeah, the next key is to see when Tommy Egan pits, and as I say that, he jumps in the pits. So that'll be Kevin Mass up to P4, who I think has to stop again. I'm not quite sure, but in comes Tommy Egan.
Yeah, should be very close with Doru.
Yep.
Which is gone to the prime tyre as well.
The exit of the pit lane he comes then. Blue lights are flashing, meaning there's a car coming down the main straight.
Oh yeah, very close.
Very
Into
close.
turn 1. Oh, and he's through. Yeah. Yeah, he's through.
Oh, I ran the outside. That's
I was imagining Maldonado and Gutierrez then.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like it was going to happen.
Yeah, but we got better talent up here.
Yeah. I hope so anyway. So Alex Cooper obviously losing time to Luke now, who's on the fresher tyres. Luke does the fastest lap of the race, 1:29. Alex is 6 seconds in front of Joe.
Of course, I think. Sorry to interrupt. I keep interrupting you, man.
You do.
But I think now that Alex's tyres, he's on the soft, but I think Alex is in that window now where the medium tyre is now going to be the quicker option. So I think Alex, the next few laps, will either see him in the pits or he's probably going to try and equally stint out as much as possible. But I don't think that's the right choice. I think he should get onto the medium tyres now. Just go to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he is quite.
Come on, I
he
was
is,
expecting some conversation there, Dave.
No, I was just watching him, watching his car because he's looking up a bit now. So
Yeah.
he is near the end of the life of those tyres. But yeah. No further conversation. Daniel Lovett is actually being caught by Rob that lap by a few tenths, but he is quite far back. 3.6. Oh no, that's the gap to Stoiker.
Nice.
It doesn't look like he's actually closing on Daniel though. Stoiker's actually having a battle with Hagen still, who's got those tyres warmed up. And he's closing back on that Toro Rosso.
Yeah, Rob had a bad lap the last time around, but he's about 1 second faster than Dan.
Second, as Klinsky goes a bit wide with the double right-hander. But he's still pretty clear in front of Simon Klein. And yeah, in a season which has been dominated by Alex Cooper so far, it's not been his weekend. Didn't get pole, bad luck at the start, and it doesn't look like he's going to get the win either. Obviously, anything can happen.
Yeah, I think without that incident, Alex would be right on the of Luke, and it would have been a battle all the way through. It's just a shame things happen, but it looks like we're going to get our second win of the season. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed for Luke. He's not had the best start. He's finished second in both the races, but he's had to fight for them.
Yeah.
So it's it'll be a good win for the Lotus team, and if Joe can be second, it'll be a fantastic result for them, and they'll probably move ahead of Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. Don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, they will.
But okay, so that's me told. It just all depends where Dan finishes.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to do Luke a world of good. I mean, obviously we know he's a quick driver, but like Sepang, he was quick, and if anything quicker than Alex, but he spun. And you know, like he did a lot of times last season, he had those stupid spins which cost him a lot of points. So to have a nice controlled race like he's having now will just give him a lot of confidence going into the rest of the season. We'll have two big, strong, quick title contenders. I think Alex is
in the pits.
Yeah. He already stopped. No, he's going into the pit box now, and he will switch onto the primes for the last 13 laps. A very quick stop. And out he goes, and yeah, he's going to be in a clear third. And yeah, pretty even Stevens between him and Joe as well. So not really much time gained or lost.
I was about to say, it doesn't look like he's really gained or lost any time from him, so that was interesting. It didn't really work out as much as Alex hoped. Maybe he was hoping on the fresher mediums to really close the gap down, but it doesn't look positive for Alex to get second place here. So looks like Joe might be heading for his best result in OGL.
Yeah. So over 13 seconds then between the two drivers and 13 laps to go. So Alex has got to use the freshness of them tyres to close the gap. As
a yellow flag. That was Yapate. Continue.
Yapate. Tommy Hagen P7, just rounding out top 10. Stoiker P8, Rondorf P9, and Oklinski P10. Simon Crane just outside the points with Helbin P12, Molt P13, 14 for Joe, and Lee Miller still looking up that McLaren in P15 and last.
Yeah, going back to Simon again. I didn't expect him to be this far down. I didn't expect him to be outside the points. Remember, it's changed this season, so you get nothing for being outside the top 10 now.
Yeah.
And it's just, I didn't expect it. I expected him to be bang on it. Well, he just doesn't seem to have any of the pace. His teammate had other commitments, so he's the lone Williams. So I just don't think it's all going well for Simon this weekend.
Yeah, same. Especially after the first two rounds, and last season as well, we had a pretty strong season. So we're expecting more from Simon. Yeah, I agree with that. He was in, what was it, 8th, 7th or 8th for quali. So maybe it's just a bad day, but
yeah, maybe we just had some incidents that we've missed. Maybe, I did see him spin halfway through the race, so maybe just after that he just hasn't controlled it, because these tyres, once you've spun them, you have to slow down a lot to cool them down properly.
Yeah.
So maybe just from then he just hasn't had the pace since he pitted, and then obviously it'd be too late by then.
So how far is Simon away from Oklinski? Quite far. So yeah, unless a miracle happens, it wouldn't be no points for the Williams team this race. Oklinski looking up as well. So everyone's pretty struggling with these primes to keep the temperature in them. I'm not sure on the track temperature, but it should be pretty hot.
Track temperature is 33 degrees.
Yeah, there you go. So they shouldn't be struggling, but there's quite a few lockups. Stoiker's closed up to 2.8 behind Tommy Hagen now, so I'm not sure what's happened to Tommy. In P7 he was with Daniel Lovett, but he's now dropped behind Rob in the Ferrari.
Yeah, he did pit some laps earlier and Dan didn't.
Okay. So Kevin Mass is our next story. He's been out there for a while, obviously out of sync with the rest of the drivers. So he's gone off actually. Does he have to pit again is the big question. Has he been on them primes yet? Oh, he's on the primes, isn't he? Yeah, so I'll shut up.
Good.
Oh. Yeah, so he's just got to make them primes last at the end of the race. Obviously Dan behind in P5, who is catching quite quickly now on the fresher primes, is going to be all over the car pretty soon. Dan's got a bigger gap now to Rob. Rob's got Tommy Hagen all over him. Will be in a sec. So Dan is the next one now with the fresher primes to put pressure on Kevin Mass in the closing stages of this race, who really looks like he's struggling. He was shaking the car out of that turn as well. 6.6 seconds at the moment. Wait for Dan to come across the sector 1 line. And it's 6 seconds exactly, so 6 tenths in the first sector alone there for Dan Lovett.
Yeah, of course he's looking ahead, but he also have to look behind, because Rob Laurie's catching him quick. So Dan's on the old mediums now compared to nice, well, were fresh, but he's still on the the option tyres, Rob Lorry, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens towards the end. Of course, this mod, it's a lot more difficult to overtake, so it's going to be have a few interesting battles, I think, at the end of the race.
Yeah, indeed. Which is good after the middle part of this race being pretty quiet. Joe, just looking at the times, is now 22 behind his teammate. Alex has closed the gap to 12 seconds now to Joe, but only 10 laps remaining, so yeah, Joe can now afford to finally relax and unclench his bum. Chill. Dan Lovett, let's see what it is going across the line. It was 6 seconds. Ah, look, as soon as I want the times, they don't come up.
Around 6.2 seconds.
Cool, so he's lost a couple of attempts.
Oh, big lock up there from Dan.
Yeah, a lot of drivers struggling with the primes to get them tucked into these apexes. But still gained a few attempts on Rob, who's got Tommy Hagen closing on him in the Ferrari. Hear him on the Ferrari. Stoiker at P8. Well, close, isn't it? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. One mistake and someone will change. It's going to be interesting. Say Kevin Mass is the lead one at the minute. Doesn't seem to be closing too much. But say Rob Lorry, I reckon within a lap or two, will be all over the back of Dan Lovett. So I reckon Rob will get 5th, possibly 4th. Depends how Kevin Mass's prime tyres hold out. So yeah, it's going to be a good end to the race.
Yeah, I was going to disagree with you about Rob catching Dan then, as they've been even. But Dan's just when he accelerates out of turns, he's just all over the place.
Yeah, his tyres are done, but I don't know if he's going to gamble pitting now. I don't think there's any point. 10 laps to go, he might as well just stick out. Just depends on how much the wear of the tyre is. As he goes across the really bumpy part of the track. Everyone's I've noticed why people are taking that line, but they're going out wide to avoid the bumps, aren't they?
Exactly, yeah.
Well, a few of them are.
So what was the gap? 3.6. Oh no, it was 2.5, and now it is 3 seconds. So Dan gained half a second in that last sector. So yep, Dan's just got to keep his foot down for a few more laps. 8 laps to go now. Luke is coming up to lap these guys actually in a few laps time. Rob has got Tommy Hagen closing half a second on that lap on the Ferrari driver. And then the rest is pretty spread out. So this is the main battle through the rest of the pack. Won't be as far back, Helvin.
Yeah, Tommy now has catch Rob. Is just behind him.
Yeah, he is very quickly.
Never count out Tommy Hagen. You always think he's down and out. He had a stop-go penalty for spinning the pit lane, and he's straight back in there, fighting for P6.
He is. But if you look at who Rob's got a lap next, it's Tommy's teammate.
Ooh.
So
Simon Mulvey's a new guy. I don't think he'll cause any trouble.
so we think. Yeah. Oh, did he spin?
Who?
No, it was just lag, don't worry. It just looked like someone spun. I get the beautiful good pictures, not like you guys. So
the blurriness of SimRace TV.
Yeah. So out of the last corner then, and yeah, Tommy is very quickly catching Rob now.
Whoa! Sorry, go to Kevin Mass. Don't know if you can get a replay on that. Did you see what happened?
Never can. No, we didn't see what happened, but we'll do a replay.
Yeah, he touched with Tom, I think.
Whoa! Not good. Did he cross the pit lane, exit line to do that?
I am not too sure. I will look back at the replay now.
But yeah, Kevin's still
he didn't.
driving an impressive race. He's 7 seconds ahead of Dan now. So he's actually pulling out the gap, whereas Rob and Tommy are closing the gap on Dan. Alex Cooper regains something in this race by doing the fastest lap, 1:29.7. Just to show, like, you know, if things didn't go wrong at the start, I would have been with you, Luke, so don't relax too much. But yeah, it is still Rob and Tommy, the main fight at the moment. And who can bring those tyres home in one piece the best. Who's that getting out of the way? That's just Tommy's teammate getting out of the way. 6 tenths now between Tommy and Rob, and you can see Tommy is well into the slipstream now with the Ferrari.
You can also see Dan Lovett is just ahead, so you never know, Dan might lose 2 positions here at the end of the race. He might finish P7.
Yeah, exactly, yep, and Dan does look like he's struggling with these tyres the most out of all 3 drivers. Yeah, it's hard to see if they're making a move or not, like from the onboard, but that Ferrari's got good straight line speed.
This battle might be a bit of a respite for Dan, because if they start scrapping, Dan can pull ahead, so Dan just needs to keep it calm, keep it on the track, and he might be okay.
Yeah, that's what he's going to be praying for. But yeah, the Caterham has definitely got more downforce than the Ferrari. As from 8 tenths to 1 tenth. Oh, too much downforce, look at that. Went wide.
Oh, and Luke's directly behind Tommy Hagen as Tommy Hagen gets out of the way completely and let Luke go through. Smart move there from Tommy. He might be able to stick with Luke and maybe get through. Nah, he's too far back now.
Yeah, but Rob's got to pick a good place to let through the leader, and there you go. He's
gonna lose it. Oh.
We all scream then.
Yeah, we did. Luckily, it wasn't the high pitched scream I did last night, but yeah.
Don't want to know what you were doing last night, Dave.
No, nobody does. I don't know why. It seems to be whatever you do in your bedroom is your business. Kind of annoying.
I'm kind of glad.
Anyway. Yeah, so that's ruined Rob's race. So Tommy Hagen will now be pushing like crazy to catch Daniel Lovett with 6 laps to go, and Dan's got to lose time in this next lap to let through Luke, or will Dan just cost him 30 seconds to get Alex back?
There's another yellow flag somewhere.
Just in front of Dan, turn 1, I think. Nope, that's just a lock up. But yeah, Dan's got to pick his spot closely to let past the leader, because Tommy Hagen is right behind Dan now. Dan is still locking up.
And that's João Pate's 3rd race ending in retirement. That's bad. Looks like that was what caused the yellow flag. He's in the pits without a front wing, so that was quite a while ago. But yeah, another retirement for both Arrows, so they're not doing too well this season.
Dan realises now that wherever he lets pass Luke, it's got to be a good one, and it's going to be here. So where is Tommy? Is he going to get into the slipstream? He's a bit far back at the moment, but look at it, how quick Tommy has caught up Dan on this lap alone. So we're going to have to see Dan's elbows stick out the side of that car now to keep back that Caterham. And don't forget, he's under pressure with his contract this race, Dan. Oh, he's gone a bit wide, and Tommy's going to get the run already. Going into the final corner, Dan, oh my days, they pinned up against the exit there, and Dan goes for the switchback, and the straight line speed on the Mercedes is going to be better than the Caterham, so Dan's got to strike back quickly.
Nah, Tommy's gone. That's a great straight line speed on the Caterham there.
Yeah, he's gone, I think.
Oh, is Dan going to have a cheeky dive on the inside? Oh, he does.
Of course he is, of course he is.
He needs to block the inside. That was a great overtake.
Very good from Daniel Lovett there. But he's got to defend this now. Got to do a Lewis Hamilton and defend someone that's 6 tenths quicker than him for the rest of the race. And Tommy Hagen repays the favour into the very next corner. And Tommy should just pull away from this now, as he's got the eye of downforce. And yeah, he's gone. So is he going to catch Kevin? 4 laps to go.
Dan needs to look behind him, because Duru is within, I think, 2 seconds of Dan Lovett. So Dan needs to, he can't rest now, he's got to keep up the pace for the next 4 or 5 laps.
Oh yeah, there he is, yeah. Who was it? Yeah, Duru, yeah, Stoiker in the Toro Rosso. Dan must be really fighting that car every corner now, because he's just got no... It doesn't look like he's got any grip to accelerate or brake. Tommy's already a second clear, and now we've got the sister Caterham over the back of Dan, but he's a lap behind, remember. We close into the final stages of this race already. 4 laps remaining. two Ferraris are now 8th and 9th. So at one stage, both Ferraris had a top 4, and they both ended up losing it to the pressure and dropping down the field. Lee Miller looks up in front of Simon Crane, who's in the points.
Yeah, Tom Oklinski pitted on a few laps ago. That's what caused that almost smack with Kevin Mass. So Tom Oklinski pitted, he's back out in P11 now, but it looks like if Simon scoops on the road, he's going to collect that final point. As Lee has a bit of a moment there. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, we got that one.
That's one for Lee.
He has more fun on his own, doesn't he? So.
Yeah. Bless him. He hasn't been well this week, so it's good that he's turned up on the grid, considering his teammate hasn't for the past 2 races. Yeah. So there's a McLaren Drive 3, people, if anyone wants to join.
OGLSimRacing.com.
Exactly.
And yeah, interestingly, I'm not sure if any of them have backed off, but Alex has not closed up the gap to Joe within the last 6 laps. So
he's probably just chilling out and decided to settle for 3rd and bringing it home. Doesn't want to make any mistakes. Yeah. Because if he knows he does, he'll be the laughing stock of OGL for the week.
So let's just look at the battle. 2.3 seconds now. Tommy Egan is behind Kevin Mass, so very, very quickly catching the Red Bull driver. And it's the other Red Bull, wasn't it? No, it was a Toro Rosso that's catching Dan Lovett. And look how quickly he's caught up to Dan. In this lap alone, it's only 7/10 of a second now with 2 laps to go. Yeah, Dan really struggling. I think Lee Miller is in the pits as well. 2 laps to go, so I don't know why he's done that. But yeah, look at this. Dan really struggling on these prime tyres, and that Toro Rosso is going to get a run on him pretty soon, I think. And much better exit there. You can just tell the difference in the grip on the exit of the corners. So clear.
Yeah, Dan's mediums I think are close to the cliff, and Duru's on a nice set of soft tyres, so I don't think Dan is going to survive much longer in this position. I reckon Duru will get him before the end of the race, but you never know. Dan is a wily old fighter. He could make it all, as he has a bit of a moment there.
We're speaking too soon, commentators curse.
I don't want to jinx him. Crash.
Kevin Mass has pegged it slightly to Tommy Egan. Still closing, but he needs a bit more than he's getting now to close the gap. 1.7 seconds at the moment. Dan Lovett somehow is still in front of Stoica.
Yeah, Stoica ran a 2 wide. Well, he cut the corner and slowed himself down, so he's backed off a little bit from Dan, but we'll just have to wait and see. I reckon he'll be all over the prim in another lap's time.
Yeah. So yeah, Luke is on his final lap. Now going through turn 2.
Did you almost see him do his signature spin then?
Oh no.
He had a little moment.
You won't want me to record that. He had a nice controlled race as Luke, so let's hope he can bring it home, and a Lotus 1-2 as well. It'll be our first 1-2 of the season. Alex caught 2 seconds on Joe that lap. 30 seconds behind the leader, so yeah, again we've been ruined of a good race, just like Australia, with the potential front runner being taken out. But
however, Malaysia was great. Shame you missed it.
I didn't miss it. It's just we didn't have a stream. I was watching. So. Yeah, we'll cut to Luke now, as he's got a few corners left to take his first win of the season. The season pretty much dominated so far by Alex Cooper in the Mercedes, but finally we're going to see a different driver on pole and a different winner in OGLSimRacing's championship for the 2014 season here in Bahrain. And we've just got to wait for that. So no, I'm not going to let Luke through now because he's on his last lap. But out of the last corner then, and Luke in the Lotus is your winner of the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Sorry to burst Luke's bubble, but they're fighting in front for the position. P10 and P11 are fighting. Yeah. They're the ones that were just ahead of Luke. Sorry to burst Luke's bubble there, but it's going to be an interesting battle across the line.
And here comes Joe Moore out of the last turn also to make it a Lotus 1-2. A very good drive there from both Lotus drivers. Alex Cooper will be disappointed with P3, but consistency is the key in a championship, and he brings it home for solid points. Here is Kevin Mass. Oh, they've all finished, have they? They're lapped
No,
down. So.
apart from Simon Crane and Tom Oblinski fighting for the final points position here. They're really close. Looks like Tom might get it. Oh, Simon blocking like a champ.
Boys.
Get up the inside. Is he going to make it? Is he going to make it stick? He's going too wide, and Simon is going to take the position back.
Yeah, he's gonna have the inside now, so Simon's
looks like
only
Tom's gonna
chance
get
won't
it.
be the last
Oh,
race now.
don't dab up the inside here, Simon. Oh, he's done it. I just accidentally switch away from the battle.
He made the move, but Clancy's got the run now going into the last corner, and he's got the right line as well. Simon's going to have to get the cut back. No, he's trying around the outside.
Around the outside.
And he made it stick.
Oh, and he spins.
Tom spins right at the end. What a great last lap for those two drivers. What a shame
Simon,
for Tom.
even though we picked on him earlier, he still brings it home in the points. So well done. Tom Klinski will be 11, and the Caterham P12. Yeah, so 1-2 for Lotus. A very good race. What are your guys' thoughts on that one then?
Ooh, that last lap got me a bit irate there. That was a good finish for Simon. Lucky to hang on to that final point, but yeah, Lotus, it's a fantastic finish in them both. Joe Moore's highest finish in the league, and I believe it's Luke's third victory in OGL and his first this season. So it's closed the championship right up now. It's a point between Luke and Alex. Shame it's not real life when we can't put the points on right now, but it's not that quick, unfortunately.
You should make pre-arranged tables
or
in every
just
single
in case,
order.
Just in case, no thanks.
Be good fun. But anyway,
I'll let you do that bit.
Thank you. As we wait for drivers now to come for some interviews, we'll just run through the order. It was Luke in the Lotus that dominated the Bahrain Grand Prix to take his first win of the season, followed home by his teammate Joe Moore in the sister Lotus. Alex Cooper, P3, not the race he would have wanted to keep his championships fight alive, but he still comes away from this race, I believe, with the championship lead. Kevin Mass, P4. Tommy Egan will be P5. Daniel Lovett, will he keep his Mercedes contract in P6? Stoiker, P7 in the Toro Rosso. Rob Laurie, the highest placed Ferrari in P8, with Fleming Rondorf in P9. And the last place in the points goes to Simon Crane after that lovely last lap battle with Tomo Klinski, who came home in P11. Simon Maltby was P12, Helbeen was P13, Lee Miller P14, and then he was the last of the finishers. So we got Joe, who did not finish, Laws didn't finish in P16, Max Kane had an accident, the same as Miles Dixon. Finsek, I guess that's how you say it, retired on lap 10, and that was the last of the runners. So there you go, guys. Flo, what did you make of that? I heard you say the word amazing earlier, so round off your speech.
Yeah, Lotus 1-2 first in OGL. Congrats to them. Alex did a good job recovering to P3 after the early incidents. Yeah, but then I think it was quite open battle between Rob, Dan, Tommy, and yeah, who was it? Doru.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, a bit unlucky for some, like Fleming, but yeah, was still quite interesting and enjoyable race.
It was, yeah. We have our first driver interviewee with us now. It just says Simon. I'm not sure which Simon we have though.
Simon Maltby.
There we go, Simon Maltby. Yeah, very interesting race from you then. A few nice battles going down the field. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, I couldn't overtake anyone. I got overtaken plenty, but I was keeping pace. I was keeping pace with people once I let them lap me in the final stages. I was keeping up with them for quite a while, Thought I was going to unlap myself one time, but it was good. Much better race than my first one. I felt I was not too far off the pace and able to keep going.
Good. Have you been happy with your performances the first 3 rounds? Obviously, we couldn't see Sepang, but going out of Bahrain, do you think you've achieved your targets?
I would have liked to have got a point today. Australia first race, just took it easy, just tried to finish. Sepang I couldn't make, but I was actually really good, quite strong in pace in practice, so that was disappointing. This course, Bahrain, I felt I was quite a way off the pace most of the week practicing, so I'm actually quite pleased to have got in and done what I've done. But I would have liked to have got a point. Would have liked that 10th place.
Indeed, yeah, that would have rounded off a good race for yourself. So on to China we go then. Is it a track you like and could perform well?
It's not a track I historically have done very well at, but I haven't tried it in our factor yet, so roll on this week.
Good. Yeah, we wish you the best of luck for that, and you go and have a nice bath and get rid of that sweat.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Simon. So from one Simon to another, we have Simon Crane, the Williams driver, who just fought off, who was it, Oklinski in the Sauber on that last lap. How was that, Simon?
Yeah, it's kept me on my toes there towards the end. On a pretty worn out set of tyres there. So
yeah,
it was
a quiet race from yourself. We were saying during commentary during the race that we were used to seeing you in the 5th, 6th, 7th battle, but wasn't like that today.
No, unfortunately, a certain Miles Dixon crashed me off. So yeah, it kind of ruined my race. I mean, Kevin did hit me, but which caused me to lose a wheel, but it was Miles' fault because he spun me around.
Right.
So yeah, it kind of ruined it. And then I think before that I got punted off wide. So that put me in the position to be taken out. Even though Miles
from the start, then.
Yeah, Miles kind of blamed me for it somehow. But I don't really
Well, you and Miles
you
argued? Nah. But yeah, impressive comeback through the rest of the race, and yeah, that last lap battle just getting you in the points. So well done on that. We move on to China, I believe, for the next round. So is it a place where you could get some points again?
Yeah, definitely run better at China than do at Bahrain. I mean, last season I didn't really do that well at Bahrain. And yeah, hopefully I have a teammate back for this race because I know what Daniel Hahn's doing. So
right, we'll have a word with him, get his butt in gear, and hopefully we can see 2 of you in the next round.
Yeah.
Cheers, Simon.
Yeah.
So that was Williams driver Simon Crane. Just waiting for a few more interviewees. We've got see if we can get a word with Ferrari driver now. We've got, I believe Flo has got Rob.
Yeah, Rob. P8 in the end, I think. Bit frustrating, I guess, after being P4, P5 or all the race and looking good with the strategy. Now, talk us through your race.
Yeah, I got a decent start, I thought. Just avoided somebody right up the inside at turn 3 or 4, and sort of bundled along behind the safety car. Was going okay. The tyres were getting a bit off, and keeping up with Mercedes in front on the harder tyre. So I thought we were looking good there, and it was looking all right. I was catching again at the end, and I went to let Luke through and put a wheel on the outside of the track, span it round, lost all the places. So really a bit annoyed about that.
Yeah, sadly for you, we got that on camera.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad for that.
But despite the spin and the unluckiness today, Ferrari kind of showed the pace that we were used to today. At one point, you were both up on a podium spot and 4th place around that area. So Ferrari is slightly coming back to the front now.
Well, I think if you look in the testing times, Fleming's really quick. He puts in a lot of laps, and he's got the pace in there. I don't know what happened to him today. He must have had something early on. I passed him, and he was going in the pits, and I didn't see him again. So, but no, he's definitely. We've got some pace there, and today, stupid mistake by me, cost me probably at least fifth. I'd have thought maybe, well, probably not fourth, but it's there, but we just got to put it out there.
Yeah, it's just got to all click together.
Yeah.
So that moves us nicely onto China. How do you see things going?
Not a track I know particularly well, actually. So we'll just have to hit the practice boards and hope we can keep back up there.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to you, mate, and we hope to see you near the front in the next round.
Cheers.
And yeah, that'll move us nicely onto Rob's teammate, Fleming.
Yep.
Yep, there he is. I thought you muted on me then. There he is. Yeah.
I was coughing.
Cough away, mate. Yeah, a good start, but in a battle with Alex and Joe, I believe, things just got a bit too close, and you were forced to make an early pit stop.
Well, I had a race with a damaged car. I could have been way up there, but I know that Joe would never do anything on purpose, and I think it was due to lag, because from where I was, he was not in front of me, and I thought I had the corner. And, well, he pushed me off the track from where I was. And I know that it's due to lag, because I know Joe. I've known him for years, and I know he would never do anything illegal.
Yeah.
So it was just, these things happen. And I got damaged my car, and it cost me a pit stop, and I goofed it when I went into the pit and got a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And when I got back, I didn't know if it was a stop and go, so I stopped, and they just changed my tires, and I had to go back in the next lap. So I was like, everything was lost before lap 10, and I was already a lap down. So I'm pretty happy that I got points today, and I actually finished. I had some good scraps out there.
Yeah, it did look fun. So despite all of your misfortunes in that race, we were saying to Rob that the pace of the Ferrari drivers is starting to come back to what we're used to. Does it feel like that inside the cockpits now?
Well, we've been pretty positive during this race for this race, because times have been looking good. I know that I was half a second down, but I'm not a qualifier, so I figured that my race pace would be okay, and it seemed like it was okay today. I was overtaken by Joe and Alex, and it took quite some laps. I had to, in the end, just heel to make them to give them the path, because I was a lot faster on the straights. I didn't have the corner speed today because we went for low wing.
Yeah.
Wanted to try something with saving a little fuel and stuff, but it didn't work out. Not.
Well, that's unfortunate with the end, but you slowly made your way back through the field and got the Ferrari into the points. So that'll move us on to China. Is it a track you like?
I love China.
Good.
Especially corner 1 through 3. And well, I haven't driven it with our factor yet, but way back in the day with Codemasters F1, I used to love China. and with the grip and the setup, we've gotten to know the car. I'm getting confident with it, so I feel good. Yeah.
Good. Well, we wish you the best of luck for that, mate, and you go and enjoy yourself.
I will. I did today, even though it was a bad start, but I got to enjoy myself later on.
Well, thank you very much.
Yep.
And I believe Florian has Tommy Hagen with him.
Yeah, indeed. We got Tommy. You had a good pace throughout the race. Once being in P3, but during a pit stop we noticed you were going too quick. Had a problem with the pit limiter. So talk us through that and tell us what happened.
Yes, I'm driving several leagues, and on this one I have the pit speed limiter on the left side and not on the right. So I pushed the wrong button, So first I got have a penalty on the left corner. I see a red and green flag, and I took a drive through, but it was a stop and go penalty on 10 seconds. I have to go in once more.
Okay, but you still finished quite well and managed to overtake Rob, was it, in the end?
I drive past Rob. I think he made a mistake and have a spin when Luke was passing him or lapped him.
Yeah. So, what do you think of this race overall?
It was a good race. I definitely have a good pace, and if it had been one more lap, I could have the possibility on the fourth place. But today, fourth place was maybe the best I could get. Alex was driving fast behind me when I was on P3, and it was so P4 was maybe the best I could have got. I got P5 with 2 extra pit pit stops.
Yeah, so well done to that. And what do you think of the next one in China? You like the track?
Yes, I love almost all the tracks. So this one will be a good one. This too.
Okay, so thank you and good luck for the next one.
Thanks for that.
So, yep, that was Tommy Hagen in the KTM. Now we have another Tom. We have Tom Oklinski, the Sauber driver. Hi, Tom.
Hi there, guys. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good fun. Thank you. Very interesting race from yourself. Pretty up and down, but it was the last lap battle we was on the edge of our seats for, and you just lost out on it on the last corner.
Yeah, I know. I spun out. I get too excited, man. I get too excited on the corner. I knew it that it's my corner, and I had a pretty much better acceleration and much fresher tires compared to this guy, but I just lost it. I just simply lost it.
It's very unlucky. What did you make of the race apart from the end then?
Definitely, I need to keep up with my pace. I need to work out on the setup, and yeah, we will go from there. We will see next race. I love China. It's one of my favorite track. Obviously, you need to have a pretty good setups because it's a lot of turns, a lot of braking, and etc. But we will see. We will see.
Indeed. Well, you answered my next question about China, so saves me asking that one. So, well done today. Unlucky on the last corner, but you've shown a lot of promise going into the next one. So we look forward to seeing you in China.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Tom. So I think Flo's got Joe with him.
Yeah, indeed. Joe, first of all, congrats on P2. I think your best finish yet in OGL. Yeah, talk us through your race from the start.
Yeah, well, off the line, I got a nice start. I was able to get ahead of Alex. I was able to get in the inside, so it kind of stopped Alex from, I think, turning in the inside and getting by me, because I think Alex was definitely quicker than me today. But Luke was very fast, so I was kind of in a way protecting Team Lotus as well, you know. And for the first, I think until the safety car came out, we were fairly comfortable, just basically protecting the car. And then that's when the safety car, you know, came out. We all grouped up.
Yeah, okay. And after that, any pressure from Alex, as he was about roughly 20 seconds behind, or just managing the car, the tires, and all the stuff, and just bringing the car home?
Yeah, well, before that, obviously, when the safety car was released, Fleming got a great tow behind me and was able to get by on the, I think it was the second turn. But I knew I was a lot quicker in the tight section where all the turns were. and I think it was on turn 8 or 9. I noticed I was right up behind him, and he's seen his back end started to lose, and I just hugged the inside. And from my end, I just seen that I was getting by him, and I got by him and turning into the corner, and I could see him on my mirror on the left hand side. I felt no contact or nothing, and when I looked in the mirror, I think I seen him spin or something like that. Now I was talking to Flips, and he was saying that I had hit him. Certainly on my end, I didn't feel it. Flips knows me too well now that that's something that I wouldn't do, and even if I had have done, I would have certainly backed off. But I felt no contact at all. A bit unfortunate for Flips and Ferrari, because I know he was very quick here, and he certainly was in the hunt for a podium as well. But it's one of those racing incidents I have to get on with. And then I just concentrated on my race. I knew Alex was coming back at me. And what I was doing was I was basically just controlling Alex's distance from behind. He was catching me probably, a few tenths every lap. But I knew by the time we got to the end of it, he was going to be well behind. So I was just making sure the car didn't spin out and bring Lotus home 1 and 2.
Yeah, well done to that. And what do you think of the next race in China? You like the track, or?
Well, yeah, it's a nice track. I don't go too well in China. I find the first sector very difficult. But I think if myself and Luke, practice enough and get a setup that's good for there, we'll be competitive. It's part of the fun. It's what myself and Luke enjoy doing is, getting a setup, seeing how quick we can actually go, and then refining it for the race, which has worked, here very well, because our top end speed was not good at all, but we knew we had a very good race car. So hopefully in China next week, or is it next week it is?
No idea.
2 weeks.
2 weeks, and in 2 weeks' time, plenty of time. We'll have a good setup for that, And congratulations, by the way, to Luke. He was very quick in front, and I know from speaking to him in the race, he was just cruising. He was just taking it easy. He probably could have been another 30 seconds ahead of me, but he was just bringing the car home, which he should do it anyway. So congrats to him.
Well,
yeah,
that's not good to know for future races, is it? Sorry, Flo. So Joe, if you could hang on for a minute, we get some double questions with you and Luke. But first, we want to talk to Luke and congratulate the winner, your first win of the season there, Luke.
Hello, thanks.
Hello. How do you feel after that one, mate?
It's tough. I hate this track. Pretty much gay track, to be honest. Very inconsistent.
But it didn't look like it on board though.
No, mate, I had my Lotus lovely uniform with me, with a funny neck. Was all going well. Was comfy.
Awesome. So you took your first pole of the season and your first win. Sadly, Alex took the fastest lap, so you can't have all three. But you showed great pace today, and I had my fingers crossed for you that you didn't do your usual spin, so you did all three right today.
No, I didn't. I didn't want to make a mark and then lose a race, but it was. To be honest, I knew it was going to be close with Alex, but he generally had some problems. So he had a all great comeback as well.
Yeah.
So it's all open championship, to be honest. There's a few other people that seems pretty quick. They just got poor start or issues, in the corner 1 or corner 2. It's just take it steady, but it's a long race.
Exactly.
That's what for me and Joe decided to go for. Just take a steady no matter what. 57 laps of of tough going on the tires. So I mean, this track is so weird. It's got everything in it, to be honest. So a good result for Lotus, I think. This is 1-2 on the front, so you can't complain, to be honest. But as I say, you would be a lot closer without if people didn't have many problems.
Yeah. Well, to bring Joe back into it now and talk to you both. You've both been so consistent through the season so far, getting both cars home in the points. You now come away from Bahrain leading the championship. So, how do you feel moving forward? Do you reckon you can build on this awesome base of a setup that you've got and make it work at more technical challenge tracks?
Joe, you can answer that one.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier on, Dave, myself and Luke, we put a lot of work into perfecting the setup, something that we feel we're comfortable in the race. And then when you have to get a setup for the race, obviously that's going to pay a little bit towards your qualifying, because you're not going to be as quick in qualifying. But you're always hoping that, well, I'm always hoping that I can get in the top 4 or so I'm not in any trouble at the start, that I can get away from, maybe a first turn bump or something like that. But I think myself and Luke, we work very well together in trying to perfect, our setup. And, at the end of the day, it's great that we look forward to doing this. It's something that we get a great little bit of fun and kick out of. So, yeah, I think we are certainly looking, to win the championship. We're trying to bring it, well, certainly right now it looks like, Mercedes with Alex and Dan. It's going to be a fight with those guys. That's one thing. I was surprised that Dan wasn't quick here. I was expecting Dan to be well up, and more than likely fighting me.
Yeah.
But I was very surprised when I seen Dan's pace in qualifying, and kind of felt I was a little bit lucky there that all I knew I had to worry about more than likely was going to be Fleming, because I knew Fleming was going to be very quick in the race. I knew his top speed was very, very fast. So yeah, I think myself and Luke we can do very well in the championship, and we're aiming to win it.
Good. That's what we want to hear. Well, congratulations, guys, on your first 1-2. Joe, your first podium of OGL, I believe, and Luke, your first one of the season.
You got that wrong, Dave, already.
Have I?
You got that wrong already.
All right. What did I get wrong, Joe?
Pay attention. The website is open all the time.
Matt told me these before the interview started, so it's
I said it was his highest position. I didn't say it was his. I said it was his highest, not his first podium.
Anyway, well done, guys. We'll see you in the next round.
Cheers.
So,
blaming that on me, hey?
Yeah. Matt, you have to remember I'm older than you. I can't remember things.
True.
Anyway,
moving on from that.
Dan Lovett's too wimpy to have an interview, so it looks like that's it for us. Yeah, no more interviews. So we get to do our lovely roundup, starting with you, Florian, from lights to flag. Oh my God, Dan's just jumped in the interview room. There he is. Is he just been dragged in by you, Matt?
I didn't touch him.
All right. Is he
here.
There he is.
I thought I'd show my face.
There you go. I just called you a wimp for no reason. I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. So not the race we expected from you today. Without being offensive. I was saying at the beginning of the race that obviously your pre-race contract expires today, so you would be under more pressure to perform.
Yeah, well, I finished. That's the main thing. Lack of testing. Too many games got released the last few weeks that I've been wanting to play for a while. The motivation's still there though. I just didn't get the time. I wasn't enjoying the track, so just looked to the next one really.
Yeah, just got a message off your team boss that you're getting sacked, but hopefully that's a joke. Yeah, you had a nice few battles through the field today with some drivers, but at the end of the day, it was the tyres that let you down in the last stint and lost you those 2-3 places.
Yeah, I tried pitting early to try and get an advantage in the middle sort of stint, but it just didn't really work. And then towards the end, it was fighting an unwinnable battle really. But like I said, without the testing, I didn't do like a handful of laps before I got on the server, like half hour before the start of qualifying. So, my own fault really, but it's not through lack of motivation like before. I just didn't really get the time the last few weeks.
It is a shame though, Dan, because you do fit these cars a lot more than previous seasons. So this is the season surely to show your true potential.
Yeah, well, the Lotus isn't getting away with it that easy. We'll give him this one. But we'll take it to him at China, so it's the best we can do.
Sorry, I'm just getting too many messages off your team boss.
Bombarded with them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so unlucky today, Dan, but you know, do us a favour and lift yourself up for the next one, because we do like seeing Dan Lovett moves around the outsides and
Yeah,
these
I'll be
centre
there
laps
next.
in quali. So
I'll be there next race. Don't worry.
yeah, good. Yeah, thanks for joining us anyway, Dan.
No worries.
See you in China, mate.
See you, man.
Yep. So we can cut back to Florian now for his roundup of the race.
Yeah, I think first of all, I think I gotta ask where Alex is. Don't know if he's mad about P3 or so. Anyway, yeah, he's probably crying like Mika back in the '99 when he lost it in Monza. No, just kidding. Yeah, I think Lotus won 2 today. Very well done by them. Yeah, we had some great battles through the pack between Rob, Tommy, Dan, and Doro, I think it was. Yeah, I think we can just look forward to the next race. Yeah, I hope it's gonna be as exciting as this one.
Let's hope so. Yeah, it's very interesting, that mid-pack as the race unfolded. Matt, what was your take on the race?
I think Florian summed it up great. It was a great finish for Lotus, the 1-2, their first. Great for Joe, back. He's back on the podium. David didn't know his best position. Of course, great for Luke. He's back in winning form, and Alex can shown he can be beaten. So it's it's really opened the championship up now. It's gonna be really interesting heading in 2 weeks' time to China, which incidentally will be on my birthday and Luke's birthday as well. So we'll be racing then.
So that means we'll all have to gather and sing in the main channel.
I expect a full sing-song on TeamSpeak before the race.
Oh, I'm up for that. We can even do him a birthday video, to play on the stream or something.
Nah, that's okay.
Alright. I always go too far.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much, Matt, for joining us today.
Welcome.
And Florian, for all of your input during the race. We have just witnessed a different wave in this race for the championship, with Luke taking pole and the win in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Finally, someone stopped Alex Cooper, but can they keep it going into China? We'll see you in 2 weeks' time to find out. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
No, man. Bye. Me.